What's up, my good people? I am back in action. I hope you're all doing great. This is TD Wells, and I want to really quickly go over a few things for 2022 as we enter the third quarter. And this is going to be something that I feel passionately about. I need to implement more vision boards in my life, ultimately. But today, that's what this is going to be about. It's going to be about vision boards. And just want to say, sadly, I haven't been able to get on the social media because I've been working in the lab. I've been trying to stay quiet. I've been working on my own goals because at the end of the day, if you can't work on yourself, how in the hell are you going to impact other people? It's just not going to happen, right? And ultimately, I was driven back to get back here, do my podcast, do video, just really lead to an inspiring community that I'm looking to build here. And I think ultimately, I like to impact 100 people plus per month, if that's possible. And I know it's possible because I've envisioned that. I've visioned myself being in front of the massive audience of millions of people. And I know that that is going to come one day, ultimately, if that's what I want to come, right? And that's exactly how I want you to look at your vision and your life and all the things that you want to come to fruition. So today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about vision board and manifesting all the things that you want in business, life, whatever it may be that you want to manifest. So what exactly is a vision board? Now, there are certain things that I truly think that most people don't understand really what a vision board is. And I'm just going to kind of talk about the things I'm going to run through and go over today. Today, I am just going to specifically talk about what exactly a vision board is. The next session or the next episode will be the power of the vision board. The third section or area of this particular season, if you will, right, is going to be vision boards work in every area of your life. That will be business, wealth, self-care, family and friends, fun, the big scary goals. Do you have those? And I'm going to provide you with all the tools and materials. And then I just want you to have fun with it. That's it. Can you have fun? So you want to know what the secret is? What the secret is? It's goal setting and creating big changes in your life. And business does not have to involve some boring corporate-like list of measurable deadlines. It just doesn't, right? And I think that's what happens. We get tied up in these crazy deadlines that sometimes we don't even end up hitting. That's the scary part. That's the sad part. And today I just want to get that clear. I want you to really get some clarity on what you need to do to get the vision board or the vision in front of you, and stop saying you can't afford something. Don't use words like that. Be conscious of the words that you're using on a daily basis. I know that for me, I'm constantly using specific words because I really want to impact myself internally, and I want to understand what it is that I need to achieve and have clarity for that particular purpose in my life. And that's what vision boards are for, is to really get clarity and get clear on what it is you're looking to achieve. So look, my thing is that I know that, like, for me, I always say that creative entrepreneurs, I think that there's lots of people that are creative in what they do. They just don't really know how to get it and how things have come into their life. I often heard people say, and at the end of the day, I'm not reading this. I'm just talking because I have knowledge and information that I can share with a lot of people. So I've often heard people say, I never expected to be that successful. And I hear that from like big name people, like literally people that talked about how they never envisioned themselves being successful, when that's just not factual. You've envisioned that there's no way that someone achieved all the things that they've achieved in their life, and they didn't envision those things. It's just impossible. It's impossible. And we all know that. So stop saying that. Stop using those words. Stop discouraging people. Not that any people are being discouraged. It's just that I think that if we were more transparent about all the things that have come into our lives that we actually predicted that would come, and we say, oh, I never expected for this many people for me to impact this many people, well, positively. And you did. Everybody that impacted someone positively saw it coming. You even knew that you were going to be impacted positively before you impacted others, right? That's ultimately what it's about, right? So yeah, that's just how we were taught to approach it. I think unconsciously, goal setting. We've all heard the expression, right? A goal without a deadline is just a dream. So we have to take action. We have to take measurable action steps. And not that it has to be so precise. I think that most of the time people are trying to be like so precise on certain things. Like, I'm going to be there in 2 years, which I believe you should do that. But you need to definitely stamp a date on that. You need to keep it in front of you on a consistent basis. I read this book called The 12-Week Year. And I loved it because, and I suggest that anybody that is wanting to achieve something quickly, that you go get that. And you set your goals within 90-day increments, like quarterly. And you would find out, if you just put your nose to the grind, so you really focused on those things for 90 days, that they're going to come to fruition. You're actually going to achieve most of what you wanted that you thought you were going to do in a year in 90 days. That's the crazy part about visualizing and vision boards, and not necessarily being disciplined, but having clarity in clear images that you could ingrain and embed in your brain, like consciously. But sometimes, like, dreaming is what we really need to see a clear path to our destination. I think that's a lot of times we miss that. And that's what vision boards are all about. It is about dreaming, but it's about taking actionable steps rather than like a bland calendar or spreadsheet with dates and impressive sounding goals on them. Like, vision boards give you the creativity to let your dreams grow. Truthfully, it does, right? Like, if you put a date on it and you said, which is more inspiring to me, if you just put a date on it and you said by September, like 9/30, let's use 90 days from now, right? So 90 days from now would be September 1st, October 1st, November 1st, right? I think that would be 90 days. So today's August 1st. So August 1st, 2022. So if you just set a 90-day plan on, okay, I want to launch my new podcast on 9/1, and let's just say you already launched it, and you want to have a certain amount of followers or listeners or whatever the case is, or you wanted to launch like 50 episodes, you would say 9/1/15, I have launched, or sorry, 9/1/2022, I have launched a new podcast, because your mind doesn't know, your unconscious doesn't know, or your conscious mind doesn't know that you haven't achieved it. It thinks you have, it believes you. So be careful what you wish for. I always say that. I said, be careful what you wish for, because your wish is your command. I promise you on that. So the date has to be very clear, and you have to know what's going to happen on that date and really go after that goal and that mission. And so that would be the first thing that I would say. So again, getting back to what exactly is a vision board. Basically, it's the most basic definition of a vision board. Is just this right here. It's a collection of images, quotes, or symbols that have a meaning to you. And that brings out like a feeling of joy, peace, love, and happiness. Like, I can say that I'm probably my most calm now at this point in my life about achieving things, because I don't really go down the path of resistance anymore. I go down the path of least resistance. And vision boards allow you to see those things. They represent your dream life at the end of the day. So that's why I said, stop saying that you can't afford something and start saying, I can afford that. I'm going to have that. And it's going to be, I already have that. Now, vision boards, like I said, come in many different formats. They come both digital and they come in physical. And I'll talk about that later. But for now, let's just talk a little bit about the type of content that makes up a vision board. Images are super critical. by far the most common item to find on vision boards are images that they can be like photo drawings, mind maps, or sketches, or whatever it is. I don't know, something that has total meaning to you. Like here, I'll give you an example. If world travel is one of your goals, you might include photos of historic landmarks that you like to visit, or maybe an airplane or ships, or an image of a feeling of freedom that you can associate with those, right? So if you dream of retiring young, then a photo of you and your family relaxing on the beach will serve as a happy reminder of what life will really look like when you don't have to you basically no longer have to work. And when I say that, I mean, like, work is working for you, you're not working for work. And I still want to achieve those things as well. I want to be able to achieve a certain level of not basically having that passive flow of income. And that's on my vision board. It's passive income consistently at a certain number, right? I already have that, but I want to have a specific number so that I can do other things. And those are all things that need to be dated out, and it needs to be mapped. When I say mapped, I mean, like, you have to specify exactly what date it is that you've already achieved it. Remember, you have to think in the present and not the past. Or yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So look, let's go on to the next one, motivational messages. You've seen those motivational posters that say things such as challenge, or always blaze the trail, or never follow the path. Like, for some people, these messages, or those particular messages, can be extremely powerful. But when you face a rough patch, just simply remembering that phrase can be enough to get you like fighting like again after. Like, I know that's what motivates me, is just keeping me going. Your vision board might include messages you see posted on social media, like phrases you read, or quotes, or you jotted down in your journal, or even the testimonials from your clients, or nice things others have to say about you, right? Because you could maybe just post something that says, what are the top things that you guys feel good about me? Like, what is it that you guys love about me? Like, and you use inspiring quotes. So you might have something that inspires you. Inspiration is different for everyone. Like, I know that I'm not motivated by anyone. My motivation comes from me inside, internal, right? But you're inspired by certain things that you see, that you visually hear, or you visually see, or that you actually heard. Like, for some, the greatest source of inspiration is the Bible. For me, I know that's a really massive source. That's like my first source, is the Bible. Like, I believe truly and wholeheartedly that anything that I'm saying now, anything that you've heard from an inspirational perspective, comes from the Bible. It does. Don't think that anybody's made these things up. They're words. Words have been around for ages, right? Decades. We all know that they're for others, these words are they're words of encouragement from certain industry leaders that took it from the Bible, or even historical figures that they say uplifting things. You can have fun with these too, but maybe your best inspiration, guys, comes from the notes inside of if you eat Chinese food, a fortune cookie. I don't know. You never know where you're going to get your inspiration from. We don't know. That's why I said, always keep your mind open to the path of least resistance, because you don't know where it's coming from. And a lot of times we're not open to opportunities. We don't want to hear things outside. But what I'm trying to say is it doesn't mean that you should allow a distraction in your life, but understand that whatever comes to you, you've actually manifested it. You somehow have thought about that thing. Whatever that thing may have been, you manifested it. And whatever makes you smile, or whatever makes your day, probably is a good fit for your vision board. Put it on your vision board. All right. The next is everything else. What else inspires or motivates you? What makes you tick? What makes your clock tick inside? Like the blue ribbon. Is it like the blue ribbon your grandma gave you that won something at, I don't know, a talent show or state fair? I don't really know. Or like something like you took a piece of sand from a secluded beach that you'll retire on one day. That's pretty cool. Your daughter's baby shoes or your son's baby shoes, your vision board can include all of those things as well. And you might have to be a little creative when it comes to adding things to your vision board. And I will talk about the materials for creating vision boards in a later area or later segment of the this particular season or session, if you will. But first, let's look at the reality of how vision boards can basically change your life. And I will talk. The next phase of this is going to be the power of vision board and whether or not you're a fan of the bestseller, The Secret. I love it. I think everybody should listen to The Secret and listen to it like all the time. Listen to it every day if you can. As hokey and corny as it sounds, man, like you will be amazed at how that will change your life. And that's the one thing it's undeniably true. I promise you it will change your life. And that which we focus on, we attract more of.